other little things.
Well, somebody asked last night, how do you decide your class? What was the answer? Oh, Angie had an answer. In yoga, we're a little different, especially adaptive yoga. I try to weave in your suggestions. Makes it fun and interesting. All right, Oscar, we're gonna get going, okay? You're out of view now, Oscar. So if you want to be in view, you're gonna have to move around. All right, you guys are quiet this morning. You must be pensive or all ready for your naps.
Yeah.
Are you ready to breathe and move?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Wonderful Wednesday time to do our yoga. So let's start with our breathing practice as usual. And because that's the practice, right? No matter what, we're going to use this hand mudra. Come up here. So it's actually like you say a mantra while you do it. It's Satanama, Satanama, Satanama. Some people use it in meditation. These are just these words are or sounds. Is Sanskrit. It's known to be helpful for anxiety, kind of calms the nervous system. It does have a meaning in Sanskrit. You can go along with that or not. You also could touch your fingers and not say it if you don't like it, but it's Satanama, and it does mean infinity, life, death, rebirth. It's just a cycle of life. So Satanama, Satanama. So it's a nice, do I see Esther there? Yay, Esther, we were missing you. We were missing you. Didn't know where you were. Glad you're here today. Okay, Satanama, Satanama. So that's something you can use when perhaps you want to focus your mind on something when you're doing some breathing and you need that little break in the day. Someone already said they're ready for the break in the day. So Satanama, Satanama. All right, let's start our breathing. You might come towards the edge of the chair or closer towards the edge of the chair. Don't fall off the chair, right? And let's start by circling our arms forward and back and around. That's beautiful. I love to see you guys start to move. So inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling as you move. Don't worry about the breath, how fast or slow it is. Just let it come kind of naturally as you begin to move. And your circles may get a little bit bigger, and we can start to alternate just the right, just the left, one, and then the other. And up. And over and around and about. Good. Let's start to make that infinity sign, which sa means, right? Infinity. So that was Satanama. First one is infinity. So we're going to draw an infinity sign with our arms. Yeah, just a 5 words, 8. The figure 8. Winding and curving. You got it. You guys are natural at this. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. Now interlace your fingers, your pinky, ring, middle, pointer fingers out, and now like you're drawing the infinity. Notice how that's a little bit different. Now, as you do this movement, notice where you're feeling it in your body, not just the arms, right? I'm feeling this in the back body. Notice where you're feeling it. One more. And then release the hands to your lap, and let's make the infinity with our hips. So we're gonna just kind of draw with your hips the infinity sign. And don't worry if it's kind of odd, you can always do a circle instead. Just kind of something different today. As you breathe, and then turn it into circles. That infinity sign, I gotta admit, is kind of tough. So make some circles as you sway and the chair creaks a little bit. Oscar, we got to remember to oil the chair and return to neutral. Let's take the head towards the right shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, head lifts. Exhale, left ear towards left shoulder. Breath is in. And breath is out. Inhale, move to center. Feel your feet as they press down into the earth. So push both feet down. Notice how your belly tones. And then exhale and release it. Now crunch your toes like you're going to pick up a towel. And then exhale and let it go. And let's do the other side. Crunch your toes, pick up the towel, exhale, let it go. Notice how the weight might sway. So we're going to push down through the left, pick up the towel with the right, pick up your foot, don't drop the towel, exhale, let it go. Other side, pick up the towel, lift the leg, exhale, let it go. Inhale, right heel rises. Exhale, it lowers. Inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, it lowers. Interlace your fingers, press your palms away, lifting both heels upward. Ooh, feel that stretch in your foot. Feel the lift in your ankle. Exhale, lower your heels down. Take your arms wide. Good, relax your shoulders on your back. Breathe in and breathe out. Turn your palms upwards. That's it. Palms are upwards. And exhale, turn the palms down. Inhale, the thumbs up and back. Take your left arm under your right, big hug. Yes, open up. Palms, fingers open wide. Right arm under left. Big, big hug. You got it. Bring your right knee up to your belly, up to your chest. Lift tall. Take your left arm forward and then circle it around back behind you. Gaze at your thumb. Feel your shoulder blade on your back. Breath is in. Breath is out. Palm back in front of shin. Circle the knee around and about. Can you make an infinity sign? That's kind of tough with the knee, but you can imagine it. The circles is wonderful. And place the leg down. Stretch it out. Stretch it out long. Flex the toes towards you. Lifting your left arm skyward. Let's twist now towards the right. So left hand towards right thigh, right hand behind you, perhaps on the seat of the chair. Neck turns last. Belly pulls in and up. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breath is in. And breath is out. Hold on to the seat of the chair. Pull the ribs back. Feel the belly tone. Press down through the left foot. Inhale, right leg rises. Point the toe. Flex it. And how about draw the infinity with your foot? The leg doesn't have to be high. You can kind of do it down towards the earth. Oscar, you don't mind this, do you? I don't know if you can see Oscar, but I'm drawing on him. Okay, bring the leg back in and place it down. Inhale, left knee, lift it up towards your belly. As you pull it into your belly, feel ripples in the spine as you lift tall. As you lift tall, you can imagine each of your vertebrae like a pearl. Click, 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 rising up. Shoulders up and back. Right arm behind you. Feel your shoulder blade on your back. Gaze towards your thumb. Breathe in. And breathe out. Ooh, that feels so good to bring the shoulder blade on the back this wonderful Wednesday morning. We're going to extend the leg. Hold on to the chair. Exhale, lower the heel down. Find your twist. Right arm rises. Exhale, hand outside thigh, left hand behind you. Those pearls are growing tall once again. Each one of your vertebrae is a pearl, a gem. And then you turn as you twist. Head is last. No kinking or torquing neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breath is in. And breath is out. Turn back to center. Lift the leg and maybe draw the infinity sign. Yes, draw the infinity sign with your foot. And then let's pull the knee in and let it go. Let it go. Walk a little bit in place here. Inhale and exhale, alternating one and then the other. Breath is in. Breath is out, and then we're gonna use our little arm swings as we lift our legs. Now your legs don't have to go high at all. They could go a millimeter or they could go a foot. So don't worry about how far off the sole of your foot rises. Notice which parts of the foot touch down first, and then after first and second. One more each side. And let's do our cat pose. Round your spine, lean back. Pull ribs back, pull belly back. Inhale, open up into a V for victory. You guys are victors. Yes, you are winners. Exhale, round spine, cat pose. Pull belly in. Upper back is rounding forward and you can feel your shoulder blades spreading apart. Your lower spine is anchoring down. And we're going to inhale, open it up. It's a little back bend, heart rising, but neck stays long. We don't drop it back. You can take your sit bones back here. So it's the opposite curve of the cat. Exhale, round. Chin to chest. Inhale, open it up. Someone on Facebook, we were talking about cat-cow pose, and they asked if we were worshiping our cats. I thought that was kind of funny. If I had a cat, I would worship it. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Inhale, lift up. Interlace fingers. Now your hands can come down like so. Let's twist towards the right and then bend your elbows in. Extend, circle it forward, pull the elbows in. Forward, circle it, pull it in. Let's reverse the interlock. So whichever thumb was on top, switch it up, pull the thumbs apart. We'll start this way. Extend, pull elbows in, circle it around. Pull elbows in, circle it around. You got it. So keep doing that, or lift arms skyward. Let's take, you can release the interlacing, side bend towards your right. Inhale, rise. Exhale, side bend towards your left. Inhale, rise. Now we're going to draw the infinity sign up in the sky. So with your fingertips, making an infinity sign through a cloud, a puffy cloud on this sunny, wonderful Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday, of course. And back to center, hands at the heart. Open it up. Open up your legs into goddess pose. You can take one leg and open it up and then the other. You don't have to jump into it like I just did. But so we open up our feet, knees are over, ankles and heels. And then notice if one knee is either hanging in or hanging out, and try to bring the knees over the heels and feel what that's like. If you take your knees out, notice how that feels. My feet don't feel grounded because they're not when the knees are going out. And then if it goes the other way, the feet don't, they feel like they're leaning on the inside of the feet if the knees are going in. So we push down through our feet without looking at your toes. Lift your right toes, no peeking. Exhale, lower and down. Inhale, lift the left toes. Sometimes we have to be patient. Take a breath or two while your mind is telling your toes to lift. And exhale, release. Take the right shoulder towards the left. Inhale, pull it back. Left shoulder towards the right. Inhale, pull it back. Right shoulder towards the left. Pull it back. And left shoulder towards the right. Pull it back. So never feel discouraged if you feel like you're not getting into the pose right away. Give it some time. The reality is your brain is firing and telling it to do the pose. Your brain's actually doing the pose before the body's doing the pose. If you have a strap, take it. And know that if you have tender wrists or fingers, you can make a loop with the strap and then place your forearms in the strap instead of holding it like this. For some people, brings in tension. And if you notice that it brings in tension into your hands or your shoulders or your jaw, then try it this way. And you can make it tighter or wider to fit what you're looking to do. So this one's pretty wide. Lifting up, pressing out into the tie, or if your hands are on the tie, then you are going to take your little fingertips to it, just to hold it, and we'll side bend towards the right. Feel your shoulder blades come onto the back. Pull your ribs back, maybe gaze at your belly like you're going to round down. And then inhale and peel open without the tie dropping in front of your nose. Inhale, rise up. And bring the knee back in. Release the arms down for a little break. And take the left foot out to the side. We're pushing the heel down and the toes are upwards. Inhale, arms lift. Side bending towards the long leg as we press the forearms into the tie if you've made a loop. If not, you're just stretching the tie. Either one is fine. Now, gaze towards your belly as we round. And then inhale, feel like you're peeling open. You might gaze up. It depends. If gazing up is hard on your neck, skip that. Gaze forward or gaze down. Should help release any tension in the neck. We're going to push down through the foot and the heel and rise up. Bring the foot back in. And we're back 2 feet in neutral. What do you say, Oscar? We're in neutral. Let's work on chair pose now. And you can either put a block in between your thighs or try it without. And also you should know you could put a chair in front of you or do this in front of a counter for balance. I'm going to bring over this yoga chair so you can see what I'm talking about for chair pose. I'm going to put a block there too. And so here we are getting ready and we can rock forward and back. And then that might be it. Notice how your core starts to engage as you lean back and how it kind of releases as you go forward. That's it. Rock forward and back. Now you might take your hands to the chair as you lean forward. And as you get some momentum, press down through your feet. The weight goes to your heels. Your sit bones go back. Hands are either on the chair or one or both can go forward and upwards as you take your sit bones back. If the block's in between your thighs, hug it, and slowly and lightly have them feet back down. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's do that again. Keep the block or don't keep the block. Maybe we stay up somewhere between how about 4 and 8 breaths. Of course, you're going to do what's right for you. Here we go. Lift up. Even if you're not lifting your hips up, imagine it. Pull your belly in. Feel the sensation. One arm or both arm or neither arms forward. Maybe the arms go a little bit up. Take your sit bones back. Angle them down. Feel a tone in the belly. Hug the block. And either sit down lightly or stand up. Yes. Feel the impact in your body. The next time we do this pose, I want you to notice the sensation in your legs. That's where you'll mostly feel it. Make sure you're breathing in and out fully through your nose. So you're either going to rise from seated or from standing, you're going to bend your knees, take your sit bones back. Take them really far back. Pull your ribs back, almost like cat pose. Keep your hands on the chair or arms forward and upwards. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, if we go to 8 counts, it might be 4 complete breaths. It could be 2 complete breaths. It really depends how long the counts are for each inhale and exhale. Hug, hug, hug. Notice the sensation. Where is it in your legs? I'll tell you where it is for me when we come out of it. And are we having fun yet? Did you come to yoga to have fun and get strong? Yeah, you did. We're going to do now a chair pose with a twist. I'll move this out of the way so you can see it better. Here we go, Oscar. And you can use this or not. We've used it several times. Sometimes it's nice to see what it's like without it. So we're going to do a twist. One arm is going to go forward, one arm is going to go back. You can start it from seated or start it from standing. We've come into our pose. You might keep your right hand on the chair and open your left arm up and gaze towards your back fingers. Now take the sit bones back. You'll feel that weight shift in your feet. Bring the left arm forward and take the right hand and arm back. Feel the shoulder blade on your back. Inhale, both arms forward. Lean forward. Sit bones back like, I don't know, maybe some of you are slalom skiers. Sit bones back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Exhale, have a seat. Enough of that. No yoga strengthening. Yes, we do. Right? Time to do some standing poses. So I'm going to move the chair to the side. Let's do some heel lifts to start out. Play with our balance a bit. And if you want to use a block, you can. You don't have to. Either place it in between the thigh, or you can hug. I'll show you. Let's try it thigh first, then we'll do ankles actually. So block in between thighs. Feel the weight even in both feet. Now, as you tone and hug the block, notice how your buttocks, your hips do tone. As you do that, feel like you're pulling in and up with your pelvic floor. Notice how this all provides stability. And then release, let it go. Because if we hold all the time, it will become weak muscles. We want to tense and tone and then release. So we're gonna inhale and lift up, heels rise. Exhale, tone your pelvic floor and your lower abdomen and your navel area. So if you pull your ribs back, that's what you're gonna feel. Notice how your inner thighs are hugging the block if it's there. And we're gonna exhale and slowly lower it down. Feel the weight come back to centered in your feet. Notice when you land, if the weight goes all the way back in your heels. Here we go again. Or does the weight go forward in your feet? Is something to notice because we want to bring it to center. So we work towards that. We're going to inhale and rise. Exhale and tone our pelvic floor, our lower abdomen and our navel. Ankles rising, heels rising. Breathe in. And breathe out. Exhale. Slowly lower down. Notice the rolling down and where the weight is. Bring the weight to about centered in your feet, so centered in your arches. Let's remove the block and find a wall dog. Oscar, you could demonstrate this, but you're just a little too, you're taking your nap now already. Feet hip distance. Bend your knees. Take your sitting bones back. Pull your ribs to the back of your shirt. Feel your belly tone. And repeat that same idea. We just keep doing it over and over again. We bend our knees, angle the sit bones up and back. Pull the ribs up, tone the belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start to straighten the legs until you feel a stretch. You don't want the lower back to round. So if you start to feel that happening, then keep the knees bent. let's slowly walk in towards the chair. Notice how you're feeling at this moment. We're going to go into actually a headstand arms, so you can use the seat of your chair or a wall. And we're going to interlace our fingers and press the forearms down into the chair. So we're pressing forearms down and shoulders are about over elbows. This is really nice for your shoulders. Then walk your feet back so your side of your body gets long. Then we're going to take our weight towards our knuckle and then move it back. And take your weight forward. Bend your knees a little bit. Press your sit bones back. Maybe straighten the legs. Take the weight forward, bend your knees. Press the sit bones back. Maybe the legs straighten and the arms straighten. One more time. Weight towards knuckles. Belly pulls in. Feel your shoulder blades come onto your back. That can be hard to do. So actually, let's try cat pose first. Shin to chest, belly in, and then exhale, shoulder blades come together, crown of the head moves forward. Exhale, round, chin to chest, inhale, crown of the head forward. Release this. That can be a lot on your shoulders. Rise on up to mountain pose. Circle your shoulders around and about. It's okay, Oscar. Okay, you go out there if you're gonna bark. Go out there if you're gonna bark. We're teaching right now. Circle the shoulders around and about. He hears a workman upstairs fixing something. If you're wondering why Oscar has to bark. Okay, let's pretend that we have a carrot on our nose and we're going to draw the infinity sign with it. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but pretend you are drawing an infinity. And if you don't like the infinity, you could do a circle just to release any holding that might have crept into your neck. Be gentle with it, but notice when you make certain movements how you feel the sensation in your neck and where you feel it. I feel it mostly along the side. That's where the tightness tends to creep in. And let's do a lunge. So, hands to the chair. Keep your right foot forward. Step your left leg back. Widen your stance and lift your back heel. We're going to bend the back knee and then straighten it. And bend. We go a little bit deeper, perhaps, and then straighten it. And bend. So we're straightening just the back leg. One more time. Bend it. Bend it, bend it, bend it. Ooh, you'll feel that in the front thigh. Straighten it. Fingertips to chair. Lift hard. It's up to you on the balance. You might take one arm forward or up or not. You might switch to the other arm. Lifting. And some of you might feel really balanced today. You might take both arms up, but that's really challenging in this pose. Some people put their back heel down, and that can be a little bit easier for balance. I'll just show you what that looks like. It's a variation of Warrior One, or both arms up. We're working our thighs today. Anybody notice that? Take your hands to the chair. Step your back foot to meet the front. Take a breath in. Maybe both or one hand is at your heart. Breathe into your heart. Breathe out from your heart. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breath is in. And breath is out. Take hold of the seat of the chair. Left foot's forward. Right leg's back. You can decide if you want to keep the heel down or lift it. It's going to be hard. If you want to do the bending of the knee, you have to lift the heel. Otherwise, you're going to stay here and maybe play with straightening and bending the front knee. So back heel lifted, front knee over ankle and heel, hands on chair, bend back knee and straighten it. But we're keeping the front knee bent. Bend the back, straighten it. Whoop, feel that thigh working. Bend it, straighten it, bend it. Now you might feel like you're isometrically pulling the front heel towards the back and straighten it. Maybe you walk your fingertips towards you a little bit and then you can lift your heart. You might pivot the back heel down or keep it up and play with balance. One arm lifts, maybe the other arm lifts, and maybe both arms lift. Not a must. You meet your body where your body's at. As long as you're breathing, you're doing yoga. Hands to the chair, step your right foot to meet your left. Rise up. Notice how the body's feeling at this moment. We're going to place the chair in front of us. Hi, Oscar. We're going to take our feet wide and point the toes out. Then we're going to have a seat in a horsey pose or goddess pose. Yeah, take your time to get there. No rush in yoga. We bend our knees. Sit bones go back. It feels kind of funny. I'll give you that. You take your sit bones back and then down and try to keep your knees over your heels and your ankles. That's a lot of work. It is strengthening. Then we stand. Inhale. Exhale. Bending. Knees outward, over heels, over ankles. Push your feet down. Maybe you take one arm into cactus or goalpost. Maybe you take the other. Maybe you take both. That's it. Sit bones back and down. Release. Come on out of it. Walk your feet towards each other. Whose idea was it to work so hard today? Whose idea was it? Breathe in. Breathe out from your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice, feel like the breath is entering in through heart center and breathing out through heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to do that. We're going to go from horsey to lunges side to side. It's going to look like this. Feet go wide. Turn the right toes out. Lean to the right. Hands are on the chair. Take your sit bones back and then down. Then straighten that leg. Turn the toes back forward and bring the toes on the left side out. Bend the knee over the ankle. It's a variation of warrior two. Straighten it, turn the toes forward. Other side, knee bends over heel. Now, if this is feeling balanced for you, you might lift your heart. Hands can be on the chair. You might take one arm out to the side and gaze over your fingertips. You might lift the arm up. You might extend the arm out. You might take the arm forward and towards the left. Circle it back out, straighten the leg, reverse sides, alternate sides. Right toes in or forward, left toes out, bending knee over heel. Breathe in as the heart lifts. Take the sit bones back and then down. Back and then down. Open up the left arm, gaze over the fingertips. You're feeling this guy work. It is working. This is a version of Warrior 2. Breathe in like the arm is floating and out. Take the arm forward towards the right. Open it back up. Maybe your hands are following your gaze. Straighten the leg. Release the hand. Walk your feet back in. Ooh. Make the figure 8 with your hips now. You could do this with a little wider stance. So circle the hips and bend your knees. Find that infinity sign. It's considered auspicious in yoga. I think it doesn't even have to be yoga, really. The infinity sign is pretty cool when you think about what infinity really is. Come back to center. Now you can keep your hands at your hips or use the back of the chair. Hands at hips or hold on to the back of the chair. Oh, and we're going to lift the shoulders up and roll them back. So you might have one hand on the chair. Lift your heart up. Strong legs are pushing down as your heart lifts up. The teeny back bend. Both hands can be on the chair. And then head rises back up. You want to feel safe, right? Some of you might take your hand behind your head, not to push it forward, but actually to press your head back into your palm. Lift head, release any tension, but you can gently press the back of your head into your palm, but your palm is pressing into your head. It's a little teeny back bend, and then come back out of it. And imagine that the crown of your head is rising up. Each vertebrae is a pearl as it straightens up. Shoulders up and back. Now, if this feels safe to you, here's an option if this is not. You can sit and do a back bend like so, hands to the back of the chair. Heart lifting. Oh, nice back bend. Really, really nice. If you feel like you can stand and do this, then you will. You can use a cane or a strap or interlace your fingers. So here's what it looks like with the strap. You place the strap behind you and press the forearms into the strap. And then you lift your heart and push out into the strap. You might come forward, release the head, draw the shoulders up and back, and press out into the strap. Now the option without the strap looks like this. So we have seated option, standing option for this standing forward fold back bend. Here's what it looks like with fingers interlaced. Heart rising, exhale, fold. You might bend your knees, fold torso towards thighs, lift knuckles up towards sky, draw shoulders on back. You can roll them back. Weight is forward and centered in your feet to relax the head and the jaw. Let the head sway to the right and to the left, and back and forth. Breathe in and breathe out, and in and out. Shoulders up and back to come up, either hands to hip or fingers interlaced or arms in that strap, we rise up and hands at the heart. Let's look at what this looks like in the chair if you're doing a forward fold and back bending flow. So you can either do what I just showed again, or you could try the seated version. Give yourself permission to try either one. Ask your body, what does it need now? So, hands either to hips or to back a chair, shoulders up and back, find your back bend. And you might adjust your hands down the chair, lifting heart, shoulder blades on the back, feel a stretch in your belly. And we're gonna lean forward, hands back to hips, shoulders on the back. And then we'll rise up again. Push down through the hips and the feet, rise up, hands to the back of the chair, heart rises. And we forward fold again. I'm going to show it now with hand behind head, one or both hands. So we never push our head forward. We're actually pressing the head gently back into our palms. Just so don't push your head forward. We don't want to do that. We want to press it back. So here we are lengthening. Push the back of your head into your palms as you rise up. That's it. Let's try that again. And as you go forward, keep your hands behind your head and keep pushing gently the back of your head into your palms. So there's this gentle pressure forward, but there's more going back. Or you can think of it kind of even. We're hinging from the hip. We're lengthening our vertebrae, our pearls, forward. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Back of the head is gently pressing into palms. And then as we press the back of our head into our hands, we push down through our feet and our hips and we rise up, take a little back bend. You may bring your elbows upwards, lift the heart, breathe in towards heart center, breathe out through your nose through heart center, and return to neutral. Release your arms down. How are you feeling now? How are you feeling now? Let's lift the right arm, bend the elbow, tap yourself behind your back. Now, this may be enough right here, or you might use your left hand to pull the elbow in. Take a breath in. Notice if your ribs are moving forward, pull them back. Think a cat pose. Then lift tall through your spine. From here, take a side bend towards your left. So you're going to get a big side bend along the right side of the body. Your left hand can be on your thigh, could hold on to the side of the chair, or maybe it comes up overhead and touches your right hand or elbow. Ooh, that's a big stretch. Push down through the feet evenly. You'll notice that one hip feels lighter. Press down through them to rise up. Interlace fingers, press palms upwards. Relax shoulders. Float your arms down. How does the body feel now? Left arm rises. Bend elbow, touch yourself behind your back. And you'll feel a stretch right about here. Notice if the ribs come forward, and the head sometimes turns the opposite way of the elbow. So bring the nose back to center. Pull the ribs back. Keep your right hand on your thigh, or perhaps lift it up and touch the upper arm. And then feel both hips evenly on the chair as you side bend towards your right. Ooh, this feels good. But it's a pretty intense stretch. So notice if it's too much. You can always go less, right? You can always, so sometimes we don't feel the stretch right away. And if we hold it for a breath or two or three or four, we realize that the stretch is creeping in. Inhale, rise up. Arms lift. Exhale out to the side and lower them down. Let's do a hip opener, lifting the right knee up. Place the ankle over the thigh. If your hip's feeling tight today, you might place your knee on a chair beside you. Sometimes this is the best way to go. Or you can place your foot on a few blocks in front of you. There's no really right or wrong way, as long as you feel okay. Something like this might be more accessible to you than this. So finding our version of a hip opener, number 4. And how about the yoga handshake? So placing a few fingers in between a few toes. If you can get all your fingers in between the toes, great. If not, don't worry about it. And then kind of wiggle and circle your wrist and wiggle your fingers in between your toes. That area gets tight, notice it. Especially if you're in the colder climate right now. And then you might take your right hand to your shin or your ankle and then circle the foot around so that we make sure this joint is juiced up. And then point the toes and flex the foot and point and flex. Give it a little love taps, and then make a fist with your knuckles. Massage the bottom of your foot. So massage it. Use your knuckles and give it a little pressure. Press in, like so. Hand on knee and foot, lean forward, breathe in. Stop when you feel a hip stretch, or maybe before then, if you know where, or maybe a little before it, because you can always move more into it. We don't want to initiate any pain. Stretching can be a little uncomfortable, no doubt. Shoulders up and back. Press down through your foot. Inhale, rise up. Release your leg. And so you're going to find the version on the other side for your hip opener. You might have had a hip replacement, or that leg just might be tighter. You can always place your foot on something like this to open it up. Some people, this is an opening right here. Yes, it'll be hard to do the yoga handshake from here. No question about it. But you can still do the folding forward like so. So those of you who can put your ankle on your thigh, go ahead and do it. Fingers in between toes. Ooh, this one's a little tighter on this side. You can always just put 2 fingers in between if the 3 is too much, or 4 is too much. You can use your other hand to kind of help. And then you may circle around like you're making a circle with your toes. And then point the foot and flex it and point it and flex it. Maybe give it a little love taps, And then use your knuckles, make your fist, your strong fist, and then use your knuckles and place them and press them gently into the bottom of your foot. This is so good to stimulate the bottom of the foot. This helps our balance because as we get older, we lose sensation in the bottom of the foot. So we want to do whatever we can to keep the sensation and feel. Now, if it irritates, if you have neuropathy, that's another story. Give it some taps, and then we're going to fold forward. Lift towel up and out of your waist, shoulders on your back. Lean forward until you think you should stop. That could be 20% or 30% of your range of motion, because you can always increase it. But we just don't want to inflict any pain. The sit bones are moving back as our shoulders and our heart are moving forward. Take a few breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. Soft inhale, soft exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And then release and let that go. And notice how your body is feeling now. Let's move the eyes in. It might be kind of tough in infinity. Let's start by moving them up and down and side to side, and maybe we'll add in a little infinity there. But if it gets dizzy for you, then please ignore me. Pretend you're looking forward at the center of a clock. I know there's so many digitals now, but the round clock with the numbers going around, you're looking straight center. Keep your nose center, but look up towards midnight or noon. Look down towards Oscar or 6 o'clock. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, bring your eyes to center. Look to your right without moving your nose and your head. Eyes to center, look to your left. Center, eyeballs to the right. Center, eyeballs to the left. Center. Now let's do the circle clockwise. So we look up at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Back to center. Let's reverse it. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, back to center. So either do a few of the circles clockwise and counterclockwise, or maybe try to make the figure 8 with your eyes. That is kind of interesting. If you get dizzy, please stop. Just an experiment. You can let that go. Now keep your vision forward, but turn your head towards the right. Keep the vision forward, bring the head back to center. Keep the vision forward, turn your head towards the left. Bring it back to center. That's kind of fun too, isn't it? All right, shake out your hands. Move your shoulders up and release them down and up and down, and inhale up and exhale down. Lift and lower, and find your way to relaxation. You might let your knees come out a bit into more of a butterfly for a few breaths. You might take your feet on an ottoman in front of you, or pillows in front of you, or chair in front of you. That's my favorite. Or you might relax on your bed or sofa to take your rest. Do a little body scan by focusing on our feet. Just let them flop open as you breathe in and out. So this breath is more natural. You're not trying to change it. Let it quiet and settle down. Focus on your lower legs, the area below your knees, and your ankles. Breathe in Breathe out. Relaxing the knees. The upper legs, the area above the knees, to the hip crease. Feel the weight of your hips on the chair, supported. And notice your tall spine with your shoulders on your back. So you feel alert without feeling rigid. Relaxing the torso, the belly, the digestive organs, and the reproductive organs. You might tune in to the beat of your heart. Relaxing the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms, and your hands, the neck, and the head. Relaxing the eyes, perhaps the lids are touching or closed. Feel the air coming in and out through the nose. Tongue relaxed. Whole body relaxing as you breathe in. And you breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And you might say to yourself, and do the finger touches. Thumb and point or index finger, sa. Thumb and middle fingers, ta. Thumb and ring fingers, na. Thumb and pinky, sa, ta, na, ma. Na was the index finger or the ring finger. So it's sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. And it's just a nice way to find a little quietude as you touch your fingers. It's just another strategy that you can take to relax the nervous system. Sa, ta, na, ma. So whenever you're feeling like you need a little break today, you might try that. Sa, ta, na, ma. Let's bring our palms in front of our heart as we gaze inward, as we express gratitude for the gifts of this practice, this ancient lineage that we bring to these times, for the gifts of our mind, our body, and our vibrant spirits. As we say, namaste.
Namaste, Mindy.
Namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday.
Great. This was great, Mindy.
I'm so glad you enjoyed. It's so good to hear that. You should always give me feedback. Like if I'm being too hard or too easy or off in a track, you should let me know. Be honest. I can take it,
It was just perfect.
Thank you, Mary.
Namaste.
So glad to have you back. So
Thank
good
you.
to see you.
Thank you. So good to be back.
Thank you,
Little
Mindy.
by little.
Good class, Mindy.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mark. It's good to see you.
All right, everyone have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine.
Yes,
you too.
enjoy every moment.
All right.